Hello, welcome to Noal Food. Do you love that irresistible smell of popcorn every time you walk into a movie theater? But have you ever wondered how they turn these massive mountains of raw corn into these mesmerizing white explosions and create endless tsunamis of popcorn just like this? Today, we're going deep inside to see golden waterfalls of caramel, vibrant storms of cheese powder, and a billion-dollar world-class high-tech system. Welcome to the world's largest popcorn factory. Let's go explore. Have you ever wondered where your movie theater snacks actually come from? It starts right here with these endless fields. Look at that fleet of trucks arriving perfectly in sync. It's like a military operation. Whoa, watch this. They block out the sun, and then boom! A massive avalanche of gold. It's burying the camera. It flows just like liquid, doesn't it? Deep underground. These huge screws keep the wall of corn moving forward. Inside the silo, it's piling up into a literal mountain. Look up at the ceiling. It's like a highway system of belts. And there it goes, flying through the air to get where it needs to be. Now let's get a closer look. See that river of corn? It's mesmerizing how they shake together. They tumble down that waterfall, which is actually a vibrating screen to shake off any dirt. Watch the air nozzles blast the dust away. Poof! Now they are completely spotless. Look at them slide down the glass like a landslide. They are so clean they actually shine. This is impressive. 50 pipes feeding 50 machines all at once. Here comes the golden oil injecting right on time. The mixture swirls into a vortex. Look at that glisten, you can practically feel the heat rising. Walking down this hallway, the anticipation is building. Wait for it, pop. One kernel turns inside out and then chain reaction. Thousands explode in milliseconds, pushing that heavy lid open with pure force. This is my favorite part. 20 kettles pouring at the exact same second. It's a total white tsunami crashing down. We are completely buried in it. The whole factory floor looks like a sea of clouds now. They bounce high to cool down. It looks like a snowstorm in here. That giant drum rains popcorn down to sift out the unpopped ones, keeping the river of white flowing fast and thick. Can you imagine the roar in here? It's vibrating the floor. It's piling up so high it's almost spilling over. Now, follow the river as it enters the dark, steaming caramel tunnel. Look at that bubbling vat. That is some serious heat. Pours like a heavy amber waterfall. Inside the drum, it's a curtain of liquid sugar turning everything golden instantly. See those sticky strands stretching in slow motion? beautiful. A shiny mountain slides out, and those mechanical claws gently break it up so every piece is perfect for snacking. Over on this line, it's an orange powder storm for the cheese lovers. The belt shakes it all up. Then, millions of pieces dance through the cold air to get that perfect, crispy glaze. Now the two rivers merge, cheddar and caramel streams coming together. It's a hypnotic kaleidoscope spinning in there. A treasure hoard of snacks, checked by high-speed cameras to ensure perfection. Welcome to the packaging hive. 50 machines running in total sync. It's moving faster than your eyes can even track. It's just a shower of popcorn filling bags in the blink of an eye. Hear that rhythm? CH chunk, CH chunk. Hundreds of bags drop every single second. They merge onto the main highway. It is so packed together you can't even see the belt underneath. Little robots flip them straight, and labels get slapped on like machine gun fire. Oops, that one got kicked off for being too light. Up the spiral they go. It's actually making me dizzy watching it. From above, those concentric circles are hypnotic. Now they hit the boxing machine, a solid wall of product. Mechanical pushers shove 10 bags into a box at once without hesitating. Boxes fly through the taper without stopping. It's like automatic Tetris organizing them into layers. Watch this pallet build a tower in seconds, and that wrapper spins so fast it's a blur. There is an endless line of finished pallets moving out. Look at the scale of this warehouse. Shelves 50 feet high. These little robots do a synchronized dance to move everything around. Finally, they load a wall of popcorn into the container. The doors close on tons of snacks, heading off to a movie theater near you. Pretty amazing journey, right?
On today's journey, we are going inside the massive factory that churns out thousands of perfect bagels every single day. If you're curious to see how it works, come along with me. Let's find out. Scenes 1 to 10. Welcome to sunrise over the bakery, where our delicious breakfast actually begins. Those massive silos tower against the sky, holding tons of flour inside them. Inside, digital panels track the temperature and flow rates with absolute precision. Watch that fine wheat flour dusting gently through the vibrating sifter mesh. It travels overhead through thick stainless steel pipes, like a hidden highway. Clean water rushes through high-pressure valves, measured perfectly by that gauge. Huge bags of sugar and syrup are getting hooked up to pumps. Even yeast granules tumble into dosing cups with a satisfying mechanical click. The production floor is pristine, shiny, and waiting for the work. Listen closely to the generator humming. The whole factory is waking up. Look down into this massive industrial spiral mixer bowl waiting for action. Suddenly, a waterfall of white flour pours rapidly into the deep bowl. Water jets spray from all sides, soaking the flour in mere seconds. The massive spiral hook begins turning slowly, tearing through all the ingredients. Watch the mixture transform from a shaggy mess to a smooth ball. See that texture stretching? That means the dough is getting strong now. The bowl tilts entirely upside down automatically to dump the heavy load. A giant dough mass flops onto the conveyor belt with a thud. It moves slowly towards the cutter, looking like a heavy, soft pillow. A metal guillotine blade chops the big mass into manageable little chunks. Chunks of dough fall into the large conical hopper to get started. Inside, pistons push the dough into volumetric cylinders to measure exact size. Then, dough balls pop out of the divider, looking perfectly equal. Hundreds of them march in straight rows like a little army. They enter the rounder, a spinning cone channel that shapes them. Traveling up the spiral, they get tighter and smoother on the surface. Smooth balls drop onto the resting conveyor to relax for a moment. Now they enter the bagel former, where the real magic happens. A roller flattens each ball into a perfect flat oval shape. It wraps around a metal mandrel, curling tightly into a ring. The mechanism rolls the dough over itself to seal the ends shut. Perfectly formed raw bagels drop from the mandrels onto the moving belt. It is a continuous stream of raw rings moving fast downstream. A laser sensor checks the quality, measuring the diameter and height instantly. A jet of air blasts any deformed bagel right into the bin. We are entering the proofer, a massive room with controlled climate. Bagels are automatically loaded onto swinging tray shelves for a nice nap. Watch the trays rising vertically into the towering proofer structure above us. A steam nozzle releases fine mist, keeping the air humid and warm. The surface of the bagel dough relaxes and begins expanding slightly here. In this time lapse, the hole gets smaller as the dough puffs up. Soft amber light highlights the yeast activity happening inside the dough. Looking up, thousands of bagels are circling overhead on the tracks. Finally, the trays descend towards the exit, bringing the dough back down. Compare these two. The proof bagel is much larger than the raw one. Bagels tip off the trays and fall onto a metal mesh conveyor. They head to the kettle, a long tank of fiercely boiling water. They drop into the boiling water, sinking briefly before floating back up. Bubbles surround the dough, gelatinizing the starch to create that chewiness. The skin of the bagel turns shiny and taut in the heat. They float downstream together like a river of little dough rafts. A paddle mechanism flips the bagels over to boil the other side. You can see water splashing as the paddle hits the surface hard. A mesh-inclined belt lifts the wet bagels out of the water. Excess water drips off the bagels through the mesh, leaving them sticky. Wet bagels enter the seeding station to get their signature flavor now. A curtain of poppy seeds rains down continuously, covering everything below. You can see seeds hitting the sticky, wet surface of the bagel. A roller gently presses the seeds into the dough to keep them there. Underneath, excess seeds fall through the belt so they can be recycled. This is the entrance to the tunnel oven, huge, long, and hot. Bagels transfer from the mesh belt to the solid hearthstone belt. Inside, gas flames flicker in blue rows, baking the dough perfectly. Watch the pale dough start to rise rapidly in the intense heat. The seeds are toasting now, releasing natural oils and a little smoke. The crust turns from white to having beautiful golden brown spots. Micro blisters form on the crust, a sign of a very good boil. It is an endless sea of golden bagels moving through the heat. At the oven exit, hot air is shimmering around the finished product. Finished bagels tumble off the hot belt onto the cooling line. The spiral cooler is a mesmerizing tower of winding belts and motion. Bagels travel upward in circles to cool down before they get packed. Steam rises gently from a cooling bagel, carrying that fresh-baked scent. Automated mechanical fingers stack bagels into perfect groups of 6 for us. A plastic bag seals around the stack, and the label is applied. On today's journey, we are stepping inside a massive facility to discover exactly how thousands of rustic sourdough loaves are crafted every single day. If you are curious to see the magic happen, come along with me and let's find out. Welcome to this massive complex where we bake thousands of sourdough loaves every day. Just look at those giant steel silos towering high against the clear morning sky. They are filled with tons of pure rye grain, the heart of our sourdough. Watch it pour into the grate, a continuous, golden river feeding the factory. We get a macro view here, seeing the dust dancing in the morning light. Rushing through the tubes, the grain travels at incredible speeds to the grinders. Here, huge industrial machines crush the grain into a coarse, beautiful flour waterfall. Finally, automated vehicles move these pallets of fresh ingredients across the busy floor. Check out these massive stainless steel mixing bowls moving on the track system. High-pressure water jets spray mist into the flour to start the mixing process. Then, giant spiral mixers descend, rotating heavily to knead the dense rye mixture. In this time-lapse, you see the dark dough combining and changing texture rapidly. The mixer lifts automatically, revealing a thick, sticky dough ready for the next step. The bowl travels smoothly along a rail to the quiet fermentation room hall. Here, rows of hundreds of bowls sit in a temperature-controlled hall, resting. Look closely at the bubbles forming on the surface. That is the sourdough fermenting. Red digital numbers show the precise temperature control needed for this biological magic. Now, a hydraulic tilter lifts the massive bowl up high in the air. In slow motion, the giant blob of sourdough falls into the divider hopper. Mechanical scrapers clean the sides automatically, ensuring not a single bit is wasted. The dough is extruded through nozzles at the bottom, heading for the cutters. Mechanical blades chop the dough into equal weight chunks with incredible speed and precision. Watch them drop into the large conical rounder machine to get their shape. They spiral up the cone, becoming perfectly spherical balls of fresh sourdough dough. From above, you see rows of perfect dough balls moving on the belt. They pass under a stamper that marks a signature cross pattern on top. A gentle flour dusting rains down, giving them that classic rustic sourdough look. Then, the round balls drop into individual proofing pockets to rest for a while. We follow a tray of these doughs entering the massive proofing system now. It is a towering vertical spiral system that seems to go on forever. Over time, the round balls double in size, becoming soft, puffy domes. The cross pattern on top expands widely as the sourdough sphere grows larger. Looking up, you see a spiral tower filled with thousands of round doughs. Suddenly, trays flip over to release the dough onto the hot oven belt. They land softly on the mesh, ready to meet the intense baking heat. We are entering the 50-meter-long tunnel oven, glowing with intense heat inside. The view blurs from the heat distortion as we travel deeper into the fire. Gas flames roar above the rows, baking thousands of sourdough loaves at once. Watch the oven spring happen. The loaves puff up dramatically into balls. The scored cuts burst open, revealing the inner texture and letting steam escape. We follow the golden domes as they travel through the different heat zones. Steam jets blast the bread to create that thick, crunchy sourdough crust. We finally exit the tunnel oven, emerging into the bright and cool light. Giant, rustic round loaves emerge, smoking hot like cannonballs from the heat. A mechanical bar gently pushes the round loaves onto the cooling belt. The empty baking surface loops back, ready for the next batch of dough. High-pressure air cleans crumbs off the belt to keep everything spotless. Sunlight hits the flour-dusted crust, making the round breads look absolutely magnificent. It is a geometric spectacle of thousands of circles moving together in unison. An optical sensor scans the diameter of each bowl to ensure absolute perfection. Now they enter the cooling tower, a massive double spiral conveyor system for bread. We rise up along with the round loaves, taking a long, slow cooling ride. Steam evaporates slowly, allowing the round crust to harden and set properly. Endless rows of round shapes create a mesmerizing pattern that never seems to end. The mesh belt allows cool air to reach the flat bottom of the bowl. The bread descends, now cool, firm, and ready for the slicing machines. Round loaves enter the wide guides, lining up perfectly for the blades. Vibrating blades slice through the hard crust without crushing the round shape. In slow motion, large middle slices fall slightly forward, revealing the inside texture. Even after slicing, the beautiful round shape of the loaf is preserved. Macro shots show the open crumb structure, typical of a fermented sourdough. Air jets keep the slices standing upright as they move to packaging. From above, sliced round loaves move quickly towards the bagging area lines. Cameras check the round profile one last time to guarantee quality control. Finally, the lanes merge, creating a rushing river of sliced round bread. Wider plastic bags are blown open to fit the large sourdough bowls. Mechanical paddles push the round loaf into the bag with a gentle nudge. The twist tie machine gathers the bag neck and seals the freshness inside. We see the expiry date being printed clearly on the colorful clip tag. Finished bag round loaves move to the crates, ready for the world. An automated stacker places bags gently into crates, row by precise row. From below, we see crates stacking up, full of round bread packages. Forklifts move pallets of the rustic bread to the loading bay area. They are loaded into the truck, destined for stores and tables everywhere. The factory stays active at full capacity, producing thousands of delicious sourdough loaves. Today, we are going on a really special journey together. Have you ever wondered how McDonald's actually makes their famous beef burgers and chicken nuggets? From the green pastures to the high-tech factory, trust me, you are going to be amazed. If you're curious, come along and let's find out. Wow, look at this view. It is amazing to think this is where McDonald's famous beef actually begins. These cattle are grazing peacefully, and you can tell they are healthy by their shiny coats. The farmer connects with them like family, while digital tags track health data to meet McDonald's standards. From the crystal clear water to the rich grass, natural ingredients are the secret to that burger taste. Over at the chicken farms, McDonald's suppliers use modern biosecurity to keep the environment totally safe. Inside, it is filled with natural light, allowing chickens to move freely on soft rice hull bedding. They eat high-quality grains, which explains why they are so active and full of energy here. Smart technology controls the climate, and vets visit often to ensure the flock meets McDonald's top health requirements. Hygiene is a priority, so workers disinfect thoroughly before stepping anywhere near the farm animals. When the truck arrives, the process stays calm to ensure McDonald's ingredients remain in perfect condition. Cattle move up ventilated ramps, while chickens are loaded into modular crates with care and efficiency. Drivers track everything via GPS, ensuring these fresh ingredients get to the McDonald's processing plant exactly on time. Arriving at the massive industrial complex, gates open wide for the supply trucks. Hygiene is strictly controlled, so workers pass through air showers to remove dust. They wash and sanitize their hands and sink before starting their important shift. Beef quarters hang on rails, moving smoothly into the cold room for receiving. Quality experts closely inspect the marbling and color of every raw beef cut. In the huge deboning hall, dozens of butchers work together with amazing rhythm. They use sharp knives to slice the meat, separating premium cuts with precision. Lean chunks travel on the blue conveyor belt heading straight toward the grinders. Meat enters the first grinder, coming out as thick strands that look like noodles. An advanced X-ray analyzer checks fat content in real time, displaying data instantly. A second grind creates the perfect texture needed for juicy McDonald's burger patties. High-speed mechanical arms stamp out 5 patties every second with incredible speed. Rows of pink patties march perfectly on the mesh belt, completely aligned and uniform. Patties enter the tunnel where liquid nitrogen mist creates a dramatic cooling effect. They exit rock-hard and frosty, making a solid sound as they hit bins. A sensitive metal detector loops over every single patty to ensure total safety. An auto stacker counts patties into boxes, and tape seals them for safe delivery. Over at the chicken plant, the shackle line moves whole chickens very rapidly. High-pressure water jets spray the carcasses to ensure the highest hygiene standards. Workers deftly slice breast fillets off the bone on the moving line efficiently. An automated machine peels the skin off instantly, leaving only the pure meat. Fresh chicken breast meat falls into the mincer, keeping the texture natural. Spices like pepper and celery salt are dosed automatically into the large mixer. A stainless steel drum rotates to massage the marinade deep into the meat. The mold plate presses out the 4 iconic shapes that we all recognize. Nuggets get a light coating of flour before moving to the next stage. Then, they pass through a liquid batter curtain to get fully coated. Nuggets dip briefly into hot oil just to set the batter, not cook. Cameras spot any joined nuggets, and air jets blow them off the line. We look up at a massive spiral conveyor carrying nuggets into the cold. The machine calculates the perfect combination of nuggets to fill every bag weight. Heat sealers close the plastic bags tight while printing the date code. A lab technician places a sample into an incubator because safety comes first. The QA team fries a batch, tasting for texture and spice balance personally. Automated systems move pallets in the dark cold store without any human help. Forklifts maneuver quickly to load pallets onto trucks, preparing for departure time. The driver checks the temperature logger in the trailer before locking doors. The truck drives through the night rain, with the logo reflecting streetlights. It arrives at the distribution center near the city as the sun rises. A worker rolls a dolly of boxes into the restaurant's back freezer carefully. Boxes are stacked neatly with labels facing out to ensure 100% traceability. A technician is inside, calibrating the grill temperature to ensure perfect cooking. The fryer system automatically filters the oil to keep it clean and fresh. The crew sets up fresh lettuce, onions, and pickles containers on the table. The manager gives a quick pep talk to the crew before the lunch rush. A timer counts down 20 seconds as a crew member washes hands thoroughly. Now the crew stands ready at their stations with smiles to serve you.
Welcome to McDonald's. We're ready to take your order.
It all starts right here with a simple tap on the screen to order. You can actually hear the sizzle as the clamshell grill seals in flavor. Over here, nuggets hit the oil and those golden bubbles erupt up instantly. Buns slide out perfectly toasted while sauce guns fire the exact dose fast. Watch how layers come together in seconds with meat, cheese, and fresh lettuce. Finally, the burger is boxed up and placed right next to hot fries. The warm paper bag is handed over with a genuine smile, just for you. Now for the best part, sinking your teeth in and tasting those juices. It is really about sharing these happy moments and delicious food with your friends. That is the consistent quality you always love at McDonald's. I'm loving it. On today's journey, we are going to explore the hidden world behind these magnificent plumes. We will discover the secrets of sustainable peacock farming and the precise art of feather harvesting. If you are curious to see how nature becomes luxury, come along and let's find out together. Have you ever wondered where this luxury actually comes from? It starts with industrial farming. That softness isn't magic. It is the result of raising healthy peacocks with incredible care. It looks artistic here, but getting these feathers requires a precise, ethical harvesting process. Every shimmering particle reflects our high farming standards. Let's see how we achieve this. This isn't just decoration, it is a serious business. Architects need our consistent supply. He designs with nature, but he relies on the industrial scale of our yearly harvest. In the fashion industry, only the perfect plumage is accepted. That is our promise. Up close, you see the quality. This perfection comes from our strict sorting technology. To supply grand events like this, we need a massive, ethical production line running daily. And for huge art installations, it takes a farm capable of delivering industrial quantities reliably. Even our packing shows the blend of handcraftsmanship and modern industrial efficiency. We pair raw recycled textures with the glossy peacock feathers we process right here. This gallery displays the final result of our hard work in harvesting and processing. It brings peace, but behind it is a bustling world of farming and logistics. So how do we do it? Welcome to the industrial journey of the peacock. It all begins here. Our massive eco-farm spans hectares, designed specifically for sustainable peacock breeding. Inside, technology takes over. High-tech incubators gently turn the eggs, mimicking nature perfectly. Meet the future. This brown fluff doesn't look like a magnificent peacock yet, does it? Under these heat lamps, they sleep soundly. A stress-free start is vital for growth. We track every gram. Our vets monitor weight to guarantee healthy stock for the future. Hand feeding isn't just cute. It builds the essential bond between our caretakers and the flock. Look at them run. This dedicated playground builds the muscles needed for magnificent plumage. Growing up means freedom. Here, our adult birds roam on natural grass, never on concrete. To grow the best feathers, you need the best fuel. We use premium, nutrient-rich grain. Precision mechanics deliver the feed. This auger ensures the perfect amount reaches the troughs. See how calm they are. Our automated feeding system reduces stress and competition for food. Feather quality depends on humidity. Our misting system creates a refreshing microclimate every single day. Look closely. A healthy feather is waterproof. That bead of water proves the bird's vitality. Modern farming uses data. Our vets track the flock's health statistics in real time right here. Walking here feels safe. They move aside gently because they truly trust their human handlers. Touching this neck feather, it feels like silk. Glossiness is our key indicator of health. We maintain hygiene manually. A clean floor means cleaner feathers and a disease-free environment. Natural light filters through, keeping the grass green and the air inside incredibly fresh. Behind the scenes, technicians adjust airflow constantly. We simulate the perfect growing season year-round. Time passes peacefully here. In this clean environment, nature prepares the crop undisturbed. Even at this industrial scale, the first step remains surprisingly solitary and gentle. We carefully shake off any field dust right here. Only the best feathers make it. Pouring them out manually allows us to inspect the raw potential before the science begins. Now, they enter the stainless steel line for a deep, consistent, and gentle clean. Look at that density. Thousands of feathers dancing together in a thick, industrial bubble bath. Then whoosh. Air pressure shoots them through these tubes, tumbling them dry instantly. A gentle steam mist sanitizes them completely without hurting the delicate silk structure. In this warm drying room, constant circulation brings the natural volume back to life. See them fluff up? They transform from wet strands into luxurious, full plumes. As they pass, static combs align every single strand perfectly without moving parts. This is the real factory floor. No lasers, just efficient, reliable rubber belts moving. Our techs watch the data closely, ensuring every single feather meets strict size standards. Mechanical gates sort them rapidly into bins based on length. It is fast and logical. Machines are great, but the human eye is still the final judge of color quality. Under magnification, we inspect the eye pattern. No scratches allowed, only perfection. Here is the result. Uniform feather bundles, neatly tied and ready for the world. Notice the knot. We use white cotton thread, never plastic. A natural choice. Cart after cart, these finished beauties roll out, looking absolutely pristine and organized. One quick scan tracks the batch. We know exactly where each bundle came from. Our warehouse isn't full of boxes. It is stacked with shelves of vibrant, living color. Our robots carry open crates, keeping the feathers airy and visible during transport. Even the floor reflects that signature blue. It is truly a colorful operation. Man and machine working together. It runs like clockwork every single day here. Welcome to the atelier. Here, the factory hum is replaced by quiet, focused creativity. Watch how they pair the raw feathers with velvet. It is all about harmony. This is true haute couture. Every single feather is stitched by hand with patience. They don't just sew, they sculpt, draping the feathers to flow like living water. On leather, precision is everything. Tweezers ensure every iridescent eye sits exactly right. That gold tag resting on deep peacock blue, it signifies a promise of luxury. It is not just fashion. Arranging these tall plumes requires a true artist's balance. A sharp, decisive cut defines the shape. Trimming the edges creates that perfect fan. Look at this collection. From fashion to decor, the peacock's beauty adapts to everything. One final breath of steam wakes up the feathers, making them full and airy. Even nestled inside the box, it shimmers. We pack it to reveal the magic. And a personal signature, a thank you note paired with a tiny, real feather.